Welcome at the Global Woman Talk Show. This is Mirela Sula, the founder of Global Woman, a global platform that is helping women all around the world to build their platform and grow their business. I am here with the amazing Lizzy Morris, a British lady that I found. I had to come here in Los Angeles to meet the star of the show, Lizzy Morris.
Thank you.
Your story is so inspiring. I'm really excited to share this with our audience and know the amazing journey that you have built, the whole empire. So, who is Lizzy Morris? Because behind your name is another story.
That's a good way to put it. So I am a mom. I always talk about that. I'm a mom of 6 kids. I'm a businesswoman. I own a very successful company called Bearded Eagle. I am everybody's woman in the sense of I've been divorced more than once, going on 3 times now. I have a daughter. I have gone through tragedy. But amidst everything that I've gone through, I'm still here. And I'm still on the journey to me. Yeah, I have learned that we as women constantly have to stand high, even when we're feeling low. And sometimes it's hard for us to stand high. We have to go to work and we have to be, hi, everything's fine, how are you? I'm good, how are you? When inside we're broken, and sometimes the only place our brokenness is allowed to show is in the shower. Because the door's closed, the water's running, and nobody can hear our tears.
So you apply this principle that no matter how you feel, you wake up, you stand up, you make up, you show up.
That's right, we do it. But the thing is, in all of those years of doing what I call the juggling act, we have lost ourselves.
What do you mean with this, lost ourselves? Because it seems that we are searching for ourselves. We are searching for something that is missing inside. But a woman like you,
but a woman like me, still on the journey of self-discovery, still on the journey of finding who me, myself, and I is. And it's a journey that's never going to stop. Because amidst how successful you are, where you are today is not where you were yesterday.
Yes, that's
and
true.
Where you'll be tomorrow is not where we are today.
And your yesterday is not going to impact your tomorrow.
No, we've got to make sure that our past doesn't pronounce demise on the future. Instead, it fuels the future.
How do we manage that? Because sometimes we get stuck in our past.
See, here's the concept that I talk about, the me, myself, and I, which, I've shared with you. And that is the me of us is our intellect, our brain. And our brain's just like a computer or a filing cabinet. Stores all the stuff that's happened, and it stores it very black and white. It doesn't store it with our interpretation. But what happens is we have to take some time to inventory the things that have happened to us, to make sure what's happened to us isn't still happening to us because we're framing today with yesterday.
And women are always complaining, don't have time, we have money hats, we have money issues to sort out. How do we make that time for ourselves? Because we find time for other people, but we struggle to find that time for ourselves. It begins with
just coming back to realizing if you don't take the core of you and put it back in check, right? What happens when you're no longer here? And sometimes we're no longer here. It's not about being in the physical, but the love part of us is no longer here. Because we spent all this time juggling, that part somehow of us is shut down and it's missing. And our health then suffers. And sometimes we just think about health as you've got a terminal illness. No. Health can be that all of a sudden your energy levels aren't right.
Yes.
You haven't checked your hormones. And do you know what? You're premenopausal and you didn't know.
Yes.
And you're not doing anything to help.
So it's a call to know ourselves better, to know our body, our mind, our spirit.
Everything, our ecosystem. We've got to learn our ecosystem.
Tell us about you. How did you manage to find this balance and to be in a good stage of your journey?
It took tragedy, which sometimes it just does for all of us, but it was interesting. For some reason, when I was going through my last traumatic time, which was a relationship that was falling apart, I sat down and started writing. And while I was writing, I started saying, what would I like to have told another woman? Because what I'm feeling right now, I'm not alone. There's other women
Yes,
all
that's
over the
true.
world right
Absolutely.
now
Yeah.
who are feeling this exact same betrayal. There's women around the world right now who don't know what to do. What would I like to tell them? And I started to write it. And so a year of horrid experiences, I started to think about what would I tell another woman who was here?
Yeah.
And it became a lifeline.
Wow.
And it helped me to move forward.
So it's a very interesting point that you are raising, because what I'm seeing in my experience meeting women all around the world is like individually they are trying to create a place where they belong, and it looks like something is orchestrated in without being connected, like structure connected.
Right.
But women all over the world, they are doing this. They have this call. They are doing more or less the same thing without knowing that somebody else in the other corner of the globe is doing exactly what another woman is doing. So it feels like this loneliness concept is kind of bringing these women together to feel a place where they don't need to make this journey lonely anymore.
Right. And like alliances like yours are bringing voices together of women to say, you're not alone, and let's come together. And as women, each woman, another woman, another woman, another,
Yes.
we're building this enormous bridge that women can come across, right? Based on the things that we've gone through. It's like, when you think about diamonds, how diamonds are found, diamonds are way down deep in the earth, and it takes volcanic eruptions that happen only so many hundreds of years or millions of years to cause these diamonds to come up to the surface where they can be mined.
It's a process.
Right, it's a process. And this process has been happening in our world for women. And now there's been this eruption that's eroded, that's bringing all women to the surface, the Go-To Women movement. We're coming up now, we're diamonds.
So where is the difference of the world of women in US, for example, in comparison to UK? You have lived both the worlds.
Oh my, it's interesting. The world of women here in the US is challenging. And it's
So you're saying it's more challenging than-
I think it's more challenging because the world of women here in the US have so much more they have to fight through. In the UK, we don't have to deal so much with the differences that we come to the table with as women. The first hurdle we have in the US we have to deal with is our differences. You look different from me, I look different from you. When we're in Europe,
you
we don't have to deal with that. We're coming as women. So we're kind of women against men. Right? Here we first have to deal with so many other things before we even get to we're just women.
I know what you mean.
So there's a greater
So you are
struggle.
first, you are a single woman or a migrant woman or a black woman or a
Yes.
big woman or...
Yes.
So you have to go through all
We gotta go
this
through
before...
all this before we even get to, hey, we're just women. And what
Is this direct or somehow hidden and diplomatic that...
I wouldn't even say, to be honest, I think it's diplomatic, but I think it's been acceptable for so many years. It's part of the fabric that currently exists. Will it always exist? No, because fabric can get torn. And if it gets a good tear, it can unravel. So I think one common cause right now in our society here in the US that's spread abroad is the Me Too woman movement has somehow shattered all these divides you normally have to claw through to get to women. Because Me Too is said, I went it through too. I was black. I went, oh, we don't even care about that.
kind of woman.
We've just come back to we are women fighting a common struggle. So this is why I said the thing about the eruption of the volcanic.
Sometimes we need this eruption.
Sometimes we need this eruption because the most precious things are found after there's been this deep shaking.
Liz, you are a strong woman and you have turned all your adversities in gifts that have helped you to be who you are today. But what about some women that they give up because the, challenges sometimes...
And it's because, you see, when your challenge hits you and you give up, it's because you believe this challenge isn't always. But just like there's a sunset, right, and there is a sunrise, always. Always a sunset and a sunrise. Everything is time boxed. It cannot last forever. And that's the truth that every woman in the world needs to know.
That's a big hope.
Right? It can't. There's nothing that's forever, because nothing on our planet is eternal.
How did this evolve on you? Do you think it was something in you different?
I don't think, no, because then that would mean
you
that
developed it.
It would just mean that, oh my gosh, you're so special. No, it was just a
So you
context.
never thought that you are special?
People say it, but people say that because they don't think they could be this way. That's why they say it. But it's not true. It's just my path. My experiences have crafted this path. Your experiences have crafted another path. But there's still paths nonetheless leading to someplace.
Yeah.
Right? And as long as we're all living together, and as long as we're on the planet, we're on the journey to meet. So like when I go back to the sunset idea, if you've ever watched a sunset, it has phases. The sun doesn't just all out, boom, it's up, right? It takes time to gradually rise, and we are going to take time to gradually get through things. It's like the weather. It comes, it goes, and sometimes, you know what, the weather stays a really long time, right? And there's lots of effects of very long seasons of bad weather, but eventually...
Nature does the same.
Right,
Yeah.
but eventually even the bad weather goes.
Yes.
So I just want to encourage women to stick it through. Although it feels like always, it's not always.
Well, you came to this country just, about...
2006, yes.
And you managed to rebuild your life from the beginning again. So you left all your success behind, all your past behind, and you had the courage to start it over again. And you made it. You made it a success.
I have to be honest with you, I don't think the courage wasn't there for me in the beginning. So in the beginning there wasn't courage. In the beginning was why me, why me, why me, why me. I was,
So you were trying to resist?
Yes, I was resisting. Why me? And I was resisting, and I was hating, and I was angry. But I remember the day I let the anger go. A lady said to me, you're here for a reason, you just need to understand why.
So that made you reflect?
And that made me
Shift.
reflect. And the reflection started to create the shift.
It's very interesting, like sometimes just a quote or a sentence or just a word that you hear from somebody.
One word.
And it clicks and...
Yeah, and you get this aha moment. So that's one of the reasons Lizzy Morris exists, right? This entity that I kind of branded with my name is to help a woman get that one moment, or that one word, or that one book, or that one glimpse, or the one smile.
So you have come to that stage now that what you have applied to change your life, you want to help other women
Yes,
have.
absolutely. Because
How do you do that?
I do that through my music. I do that through the book, The Journey to Me, which I've just kind of soft published here at the Best of You Expo, which is excellent. And I do it through my coaching to remind women this is not the end. I had a real passion that hit me at the ending of last year, which was every interview that I did around Christmas, 'cause I did a Christmas album, and every interview I did around, the one thing I kept saying is, please everybody, take inventory of all the women around you and check and make sure we take each one of us over to the next new year. Because as women, we struggle sometimes, and a lot of us carry the burden of struggling with suicide because we believe it is always like this.
Yes.
So my biggest thing is to help save a woman's life, to let her know, don't give up. Put the pills down, right? Because you know what? It's not always going to be this way. So although the memories are replaying and replaying and replaying and saying this reel will not stop, it will not stop, it will.
Yeah.
And so that's my heart, is to help save women one step at a time, one word at a time, so we can be who we've been called to be in this planet.
So now you have accepted that you are here for a reason.
Yes, I've accepted I'm here for a reason.
So you live in Dallas now?
I do. I live in Dallas.
And how people do find you if they need to
So if
connect
somebody
with you?
wants to connect with me, go to lizzymorris.com. And you can find me. You can find me on Instagram at Your Coach Lizzy. You can contact my office in Dallas, beardedeagle.com. You can talk to my PR people, Girl in Charge, Media Solutions, and you'll find me. But I'm everywhere. Just look up Your Coach Lizzy and boom, I'll pop out.
And when is your next trip in London?
So I am hoping I'm going to start one soon. Don't have it yet, not on the books, but hopefully soon.
Okay.
Hopefully soon.
We will definitely we will look forward to seeing you there.
And it's been lovely meeting you.
We are so happy that we found you here.
Yeah, we were neighbors.
Exactly. So, dear global woman, I hope you enjoyed this powerful, insightful interview with Lizzy Morris. And follow Lizzy Morris. We'll have her at the Global Woman magazine with her story as well. And watch this space. Thank you very much for following us. Bye.